The cafeteria of Celestial Academy hummed with the chittering and melodic voices of 100 alien species. Luna sat alone at the corner table, her human features drawing curious glances and poorly concealed sneers. She poked at the nutrient paste on her tray, her brown eyes distant as she tried to ignore the whispers. "Look at the primitive," Zixter hissed to his friends, his scaled tail swishing with amusement. "I heard her planet doesn't even have proper gravity stabilizers, they just fall." Luna's fingers tightened around her spoon, but she said nothing. It had been 3 months since Earth had joined the Galactic Coalition, and she was one of the first human exchange students. Every day brought new humans, new reminders that humans were considered the bottom rung of galactic civilization. Cameron, a fellow human student, slid into the seat across from her. His presence was a small comfort in the vast alien institution. "Ignore them," he said quietly, though his jaw was tight with suppressed anger. "They don't know what they're talking about, don't they?" Luna asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "We're from a Class 12 Deathworld, Cameron. To them we're basically cave dwellers who got lucky." Before Cameron could respond, Zixter and his cronies approached their table. The Valkyrian stood nearly 7 feet tall, his crystalline exoskeleton glinting under the soft light. His species had mastered interstellar travel when humans were still discovering fire. "How does it feel?" Zixter asked, his voice dripping with condescension, "to be from a planet so hostile that your own atmosphere tries to kill you?" "I've read the reports. Hurricanes, earthquakes, predators with teeth designed to rend flesh." He shuddered theatrically. Barbaric. Luna stood slowly, her chair scraping against the floor. The cafeteria grew quieter as other students sensed confrontation brewing. She was small compared to Zixter, barely reaching his chest. But something in her posture made him take an involuntary step back. "You want to know about Earth?" Luna asked, her voice steady and cold. "Let me educate you." She held up her hand, flexing her fingers. "See these opposable thumbs? We can grip, manipulate, create tools with precision your species didn't develop until you had cybernetic enhancements. We evolved them naturally because we needed them to survive." Zixter laughed, though it sounded nervous. "Primitive adaptations, our gravity is 1.5 times what you're comfortable with," Luna continued, her voice growing stronger. "That's why we're shorter, more compact. But it also means our bone density is triple yours. Our muscle fibers are wound tighter. Every single day on Earth is resistance training that would cripple most species here." Cameron stood beside her now, adding his voice. "Our planet's atmosphere is 21% oxygen toxic levels for most of the galaxy. We breathe what you consider poison. Our oceans are saltwater so corrosive it would burn your skin." "We have predators," Luna said, taking a step forward as Zixter retreated. "That hunt in packs using complex strategies. We have animals that weigh tons and can run faster than your species' top speed, and we learned to hunt them with nothing but rocks and sticks." The cafeteria was completely silent now. Even the Valkyrian's bravado had evaporated. "You think we're primitive?" Luna's eyes flashed. "Every human child learns about bacteria and virus-sized microscopic killers that wage war inside our bodies constantly. Our immune systems fight battles every second that would overwhelm your sanitized biology. We literally weaponized diseases and learned to inject controlled versions into ourselves to build immunity." She was directly in front of Zixter now, looking up at him with an intensity that made the massive alien shrink back. "On Earth we have natural disasters you've only seen in disaster simulations. Volcanoes that blacken the sky, earthquakes that swallow cities, storms with winds that tear buildings apart. And we don't hide in bunkers, we build stronger, we adapt, we survive." Cameron crossed his arms. "Our planet tried to kill us for millions of years. We didn't just survive, we conquered it. We went from caves to splitting the atom in 10,000 years. How long did it take your species?" Zixter's exoskeleton had lost its luster, his earlier confidence completely shattered. Around them, other students whispered with newfound respect and a hint of fear. "You call us primitive," Luna said softly, but her voice carried across the entire cafeteria. "But we earned our place in the stars the hard way. We didn't evolve on a garden world with perfect conditions. We clawed our way up from hell itself." She leaned in closer, and Zixter actually flinched. "So the next time you want to bully the human girl, remember this. I come from a death. Pain is our teacher. Struggle is in our DNA, and we never ever give up." The cafeteria erupted in murmurs. Some species looked at Luna and Cameron with shock, others with awe, and a few with what might have been fear. Zixter mumbled an apology before retreating with his friends, their earlier arrogance completely deflated. As Luna sat back down, Her hands were shaking slightly from the adrenaline. Cameron grinned at her. That was incredible. Was it too much? Luna asked, suddenly uncertain. An upperclassman from the insectoid thrane species approached their table. Not at all, she clicked in her melodic language, her translator rendering it in perfect English. I apologize for our ignorance. Earth's classification as a death world was always in our databases, but I don't think any of us understood what that truly meant. Over the following weeks, the atmosphere at Celestial Academy shifted. Students no longer mocked Luna and Cameron. Instead, they asked questions with genuine curiosity and respect. The humans became something of celebrities. Their stories about Earth's harsh conditions, both terrifying and fascinating to their alien peers. Luna realized that being from a Deathworld wasn't a weakness, it was their greatest strength. Earth had forged humanity in fire and fury, and that unbreakable spirit was what would carry them to the stars. She smiled as she walked through the corridors. No longer alone, no longer afraid. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, but nothing out here could be more dangerous than the world that made her, and that made her unstoppable.